Well, actually, you'll bring the jurors in while I set us up. Yeah. Yes. Oh, we're good. Thank you.
All right.
All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, I hope everyone was able to find some place to have a decent lunch. Oh, maybe that's solid, maybe everybody had a decent lunch. All right, so what we're going to do now is what's called specific coordinator in the state and the defense will have 30 minutes each to speak with you. State.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, good afternoon. I introduced myself briefly. I'm Brittany Mitchell, public here. So my project is specific questions. So I'm just kind of like, so let's see. First of all, I want to talk to you. There were a few people who didn't put responses on their form or 27. Do you remember filling out our questionnaire? Oh, okay, okay. So what do you do? Was like this. Okay, where do you want it? Don't stand in front of her, please. Don't sit down. Set as the individual health problem. And how long have you worked there? Okay, okay. Well, thank you. Juror number 20.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. How are you? What do you do?
I'm retired.
You're retired? What are you retired from?
Most of
A mowing company? Okay. Wow, you're a hard working man. How long have you lived in Bear County? Do you have any children?
Two girls, 6 grandchildren.
6 grandchildren. How old are you?
3 to 19.
Wow. Thank you. And then last but not least, you're number 47. Hi. What is your occupation? And how long have you lived in your town? 6 years. Oh, is that your whole life? Do you have any children? You do. How many children? One. And what is your job? 7. 7-year-old. Oh, okay. An 8-year-old. A 4-year-old and an 8-year-old. Okay, thank you. And then there's a few more, based on your responses. There were actually a number of y'all that marked that you've either been a witness or a victim in a criminal case. You're number 19. Can you tell me, what your goal was? And a witness, what kind of case was it? And what ended up happening? Do you feel like that experience is going to impact your ability to sit on the trial at all? All right, thank you. Let's see, juror number 29. So what role were you? Okay. I believe you marked that you were a witness or a victim in a case. I was a victim. And so what was the case? What was the result of that? Do you feel like that experience at all will impact your ability to themselves? Thank you. Juror number 43. Hi, sir. What roles were you? You're the victim. And what happened with that case?
I was a fisherman for retail. I was sold, trying to figure out
A robbery.
property.
What was the result of that?
Off the line.
Oh,
You got away.
oh man, I'm so sorry. How long were you off for? Wow, what were your injuries?
Concussion.
And what, can you tell me a little bit about your concussion? What was the nature of it?
It was just the fact that we were struggling with me. Yeah, we didn't do one that I see.
Did you have any issues after the fact?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that experience might impact your ability in this case at all? Okay, well, let me ask you this next. If we present the case, I'll give you the burden of evidence, and we give you all the evidence, and we leave the evidence without or anything at all, would you be able to find the defendant?
Based on facts, I
Now, the reverse, if we don't prove our evidence, then we're using the file, we be able to find the defendant. Thank you. Jury number 45. Hi, ma'am, how are you doing? What was your role? I was a witness. You're a witness, what kind of case? Murder. Were you satisfied?
And both trials, the majority of the defendant was guilty verdict. And then I testified in defense.
Okay. What was, so it was guilty, was it someone you knew?
It was, and that's why I said I'd rather.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We're not to share all of this.
I didn't hear the last, the part about, that's why you said you rather.
I rather think.
Oh, I see it.
Right, and that's when you asked earlier.
Okay, so we'll get it with you more. Thank you. And 56?
Yes.
Oh. How are you doing?
Good.
So what role were you? Witness?
I was part of the,
Oh, you were a case, okay. What kind of case was that? Okay. Well, obviously you're here, it's not, it didn't end up in conviction.
no, information point over.
Okay. You were on probation for it? And it was felony? Okay, when did you finish the probation? When you're done,
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but if everybody can make sure you keep your voices up, because, the court reporter is having a hard time hearing.
okay, we may talk to you more afterwards, okay? Thank you. Okay, turn number 76.
Yes,
Hi, sir, how are you doing?
good.
Okay, so what role did you play?
I was an expert witness in the income tax case. They were trying to prosecute the guy on income tax evasion. They ended up finding him guilty of false statement charge.
Were you an expert witness for the plaintiff or,
For the government.
okay,
I spent 26 years on the island.
okay, well, great, thank you for your service. Do you feel like that experience at all is going to impact your ability in this one? Oh, thank you. And then last, but not least, number 80. Hi, sir, how are you doing?
Thank you.
You're a criminal defense investigator.
Yes,
Is that the capacity that you testified?
yes,
Okay. And how many times have you testified? Multiple times?
typically, state government.
Okay, and what, drugs, prostitution, what kind of things, drugs, state on felonies that you have?
Testifying, how to aggravated assault.
Okay. And how many years have you been doing that?
13,
Okay. Have you testified in court on before?
yes,
Okay. Have you testified on an injury file?
no,
Have you worked on an injury file?
yes,
Do you feel that experience can impact your ability to sit back and not be the investigator and listen to the evidence?
yes,
So just to nail you down, so, if you were to present our case, if you're feeling based on your experience, your lengthy experience, that you would not be able to set that aside and follow along.
I wouldn't fall in that.
All right, well, thank you. Okay. So now we also have a significant number of y'all that were on a jury. Which tells me that y'all are good law abiding people that can follow the law. So raise your card if you were on a civil jury. Okay. So, let's see. So my note is 26. 26 here. Were you on a civil jury? Were you on a jury? Yes. Okay. What kind of case was it? Oh, okay. Okay, well, what was the verdict on that case? You don't remember? Okay, was it in JP court? Is it 3? Oh, wow. That sounds like a very lengthy civil case. Let's see, turn number 37. Or were you down? Can you stand? What kind of case were you on?
The drive-by shootings.
Okay, and so it didn't go for it. Thank you. All right, you're number 40. You were on a jury? What kind of case? Civil, and what was the issue?
I think you, sit here and brother. And sit here and talk to your brother.
And what was the verdict? Was there a verdict?
Yeah.
Okay, so you found from the brother? From the sister, okay. All right, thank you. 41. Hi, ma'am. It was a civil, do you remember what the issue was?
I can't hear you, ma'am. You're gonna have to get.
There was a car accident and the person was doing the doctor was one of the kids and she was okay, what was that?
Do you remember if there was a verdict?
Yeah, she was,
Okay. Well, thank you. And then it'd be 45. Well, there's a lot of them. Oh, I don't, oh, wow. So what was the issue?
It was civil, members of the church against each other 20 years ago. They ended up settling.
Oh, there's that. Okay, thank you. Let's see, 51. Hi, sir. I have you marked that you put that you're on a civil jury. You look surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not criminal jury. Okay, thank you. Okay, juror number 64. Hi, ma'am. You were, I remember your part, you were the CEO. What was the issue on?
I did a couple of people, several like people the trial, and then one was a traffic accident, and one that was.
Okay, and then do you remember what the verdict was?
The traffic accident, the more the person was asked as well, money, money she wanted, so I'm small enough to be able to.
All right, well, thank you. User number 70.
I was on a civil case about 25 years ago. Two neighbors, gunshot involved. 3 years old, they got put by the neighbors with the dog, which is that puppy, and they were suing the owner of the house that they were renting.
Okay.
And it was for,
Okay, could you, and so it went to the owner. Great, thank you. 75. Yes, sir. Were you on a jury?
Yes,
Can you tell me what the issue was?
the issue was that the 18-meter full of grass was stolen from a company. And, there was one of the employees that was being accused for
Okay, so,
that. Being part of it.
do you remember her verdict?
Yes, it was not guilty.
Okay, thank you. 76.
Did a short stint on a civil case that got kicked by the judge. The plaintiff raised an affirmative issue that they hadn't brought up before, and so they just threw it out. It wasn't a day or two or whatever it was.
Okay, thank you, sir. And then 79.
Yes,
Hi, sir, how are you doing?
thank you for applying.
You're a science teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been a science teacher?
High school level, about 7 years, college level, 8.
Wow, all right. Well, so you were on a civil jury.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the issue?
Some drunk college football players assaulted some drunk college psychologists in the parking lot. And so the psychologists were sued. And it was, they eventually settled.
Oh, they settled. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, sir. And then I have 4 people who have also been on a criminal jury. Jury number 38. Hi, ma'am. How are you doing?
I served in federal court in Congress
Okay.
on a drug case,
On the drug case.
and in this family.
Thank you. Jury number 43.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you on, did I call you? Oh, you on. So if you were on a criminal jury, and what kind of case was it?
It was a case where a homeowner was accused of one party and minors got injured.
Oh, okay.
And so he was trying to be tried for providing alcohol for minors.
Oh, okay, so it's a misdemeanor. Was there a verdict in that case?
Not
It was not guilty. Okay, thank you. Jury number 52. Hi, ma'am, how are you doing?
Good. I think mine was civil.
Oh, that's okay. I still want to know about it.
I can't remember too much, but it was something about the guy, they want to make sure he was competent enough to stand up.
Competency. So did you find him competent?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I used to do this. All right. And let's see, 61.
It was a great case. We found guilty.
Okay, thank you. And then Article 39. 39, reminder 39.
With being paid for the.
Okay, and then 82. Oh, okay, yeah, now,
I'm going on right now, there's nothing.
okay, okay. All right, so I'm gonna talk a little bit to, I wanna like really clarify the issue. So there was a lot of discussion on, if the defendant has testified, I want to make sure that we understand that. So as we state, our burden is to prove the case beyond reasonable. Defense has no burden, defense doesn't have to be. So as the way a trial works, we put on our case, we have our witnesses. Once we feel that we have enough to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt, we rest. Okay, so if you were, the real question is, if you were on the jury and you felt that we did not meet our burden, you felt that it was a not guilty because we didn't bring you enough evidence, would you then change your verdict to guilty because of the evidence? The defendant doesn't testify. In other words, would you not follow the law? So I think it was juror number 11. So when you say you can't set aside, are you saying that you would, understanding that the defense has no burden, you would not be able to follow the law and render it not guilty unless the defense testifies?
I think I would be able to follow the law, but, if you're presenting enough evidence for a decision without hearing her side, then it would, you know, I would just do whether it's guilty or not guilty, but for me, if I was in trial, I would want to defend myself
Right,
and
right.
my side.
Okay, so you would require the defendant to testify in order to find them.
So I wouldn't require, but if evidence is speaking for her, I would say.
Okay, I mean, it's one thing to say you want to hear it, and it's another thing to say like you would require.
I would.
Okay, okay. Juror number 5, same question.
Well, Judge, I'm sorry, I have to object, that's notwithstanding whether they will require the defendant to testify or whether they would, it's if it would enter into their deliberations at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the jury, here's the rule. And raise your hand if nobody does not follow me when I say this rule. The state has the burden of proof to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. And that beyond a reasonable doubt goes to every element that the state has to prove. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Now, if the state does not prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt and prove every element that they need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, is there anyone here who would say that I'm still going to find someone guilty, even though the state has failed to prove its case? So I'll take that as a no. Now, here's my next question. Every person, doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, if you're on a jury trial and you are a defendant or a person who's been accused of a crime, you are presumed to be innocent. So what that means in actuality is, because you are presumed to be innocent, that means that someone has to prove you not to be innocent. Does everyone understand? Yes. So the presumption of innocence is alone to acquit somebody or find somebody not guilty if the state did not prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. Does everyone understand? So that circle backs around to whether or not accused or a person who's a defendant must testify. Because a defendant or someone who's accused of a crime is presumed to be innocent, they don't have to testify. They're not required to testify. They're not required to give any evidence at all. Why? Because the state has to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Does everyone understand? Now, sometimes people in their mind will be thinking, I wonder what that person would have said. Human nature, right? Wondering what somebody would have said, that's human nature. Everybody thinks that. But if you are selected on a jury and you are deliberating, you are not to consider at all that somebody chose not to testify. It can't be a part of your deliberations where you say, well, I don't know what they would have said. No, it can't be a part of your deliberations where you're saying, well, the state can prove their case, but the defendant or the person accused did not testify, so therefore, tie goes to the state. I'm going to find the person guilty. Does everyone understand that? So is there anyone here who will hold it against Ms. BRIONES if she decides not to testify for whatever reason? And as I told you, when I gave my talk to you, there are many reasons why somebody may decide not to testify. So knowing that, is there anyone here of those jurors who had raised their hands previously will hold it against Ms. BRIONES if she decides not to testify? That's the question. And if you feel that way, raise your card.
I was just be on the microphone.
All right, no, my thing is, if you still feel that way, just raise your card. So that's juror number 11. And 25. All right, 6, thank you, all right.
Okay, juror number 18, I wanted to talk to you. You have funny? You mentioned before that, I think you were used the word incompetence. Can you tell me why you feel that?
Because short-term memory issues, and I have autism. There's a wide spectrum of it, but I suppose I can read into or retain information as well as other people can, especially if it's not written down or it's not repeated. Does that make sense?
Okay, so if you were to serve on the jury and you were listening to testimony, are you saying that you wouldn't be able to remember it?
I probably wouldn't be able to remember to recall what very easily. I probably wouldn't be able to recall it very easily.
So do you feel that you would be able to go to their trials as a defendant?
I would attempt, but again, I'm not certain I'd be able to retain all the information within the trial.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your honesty.
Well,
Jurors number 16 and 37, know each other. How long, I'll have juror number 16. Okay, you can ask, how long have you known her? Since 2014. Okay. And how often you talk? And for some reason you were both men on the jury, would you be able to not talk to her about this case whatsoever until the trial comes? Thank you. Jury number 37. Same question to you. Not talk to I'm sorry, I called number 15 until the end of the trial. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Jury number 14. Can you stand up for me, please? Earlier you said that you can't punish somebody. Am I saying that correctly? Yeah. Punishing somebody.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So if Ms. Briones were to be found guilty. And of the murder, which is not probation eligible. Would you be able to defend this? I need a yes.
No.
Thank you. Anyone here feel the same? You're number 63.
That would just fall under my request for religious exemption. One thing I certainly value public service. I've been a public service for 15 years. But due to my religious beliefs, I'm a Buddhist. I don't think that we should judge other humans based upon laws of legislature. I understand it's part of society. I respect it, but I cannot be a part of that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Turn number 42.
Even at work, I don't know what people go for.
Yeah, I guess.
It makes you uncomfortable. And it's to the point that you wouldn't be able to that occur.
You're gonna have to repeat that.
Yes, if I'm understanding the question.
So if she were to be found guilty, whatever, and you think 90 and the range of 5 years to 99, would you be able to send her to 99 years?
Yeah, I'm sorry, excuse me. That's an improper question. Here's the question. Whether or not you can consider the full range of punishment is not for this defendant. It's for anyone who's charged with this. The range of punishment for a murder is 5 to 99 years or life in prison. Can you consider the full range of punishment? Not that you will give it, but consider it.
Yeah.
And then with count 2, that's injury, serious bodily injury. The range of punishment for that is anywhere from probation to 5 to 99 years or life. And with count 2, someone who's charged with that, not Ms. Briones, anyone charged with that, would you be able to consider that full range of punishment? Sorry?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
I believe it's, for number 35. You see that? I'm curious about your Harry Potter story. Can you tell me what happened?
My daughter was running on the playground, when she was in 8th grade, when she was about 3, and she just didn't duck under the playground structure and hit her head and it came open.
Okay. Did it bleed?
Yes, they had to call the paramedics.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
They had to call the paramedics.
Thank you. Just really quickly, a few of y'all are retired. I just want to know what your profession was before you retired. Story number 34.
I worked in real estate as a secretary.
Oh, thank you. Juror number 45.
I was a program trainer for the US Secretary. I taught points.
Oh,
Public points.
thank you. Juror number 70.
I was a sales rep for that district.
Thank you. And then let's see, 52. Air Force. All right, thank you for your service. Turn number 6. What job are you starting on?
Being a field technician for the 800.
What technician?
Field technician.
Okay. If you were to serve on this jury, They would have to exceed you, right?
But they don't have to make money.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Defense.
I don't have a lot of questions of the most recent, but, I do have a few, sorry. Mr. Gavin. I think you said earlier that, if the defendant, did not testify, that would be something. Okay, and, that's fine. I just want to make sure that that's, if that's the way you actually feel. Again, it's not that, if she doesn't testify, you'll automatically find her guilty. Right? The question is, if she doesn't testify, is that something that would enter into your deliberations? Is it something that might sway you one way or the other? Sorry.
It's hard to say, not in that position.
No, I understand, and that's the problem with this whole process, is that you're not in a position to put yourself in that position, right? Hypothetically, it's the only way to do it,
I mean, the last video was named.
Okay. All right. And let me ask.
Sorry, can I say something? Maybe it's just me, but it's been very hard in here, and, I'm trying to feel very logical because I'm a diabetic, so I'm really concerned. Somebody please check on that.
Yeah, let me explain something about the AC, because this is like extreme. People say this is extremely hot. Believe it or not, in the 187, it's hotter than it is here. So I'm like, oh, it's not too hot. But I understand that we call people to work on that. There's the thermostat in the courtroom, but that thermostat is for show only. It doesn't work. We've tried for it. But I would have the deputy call again to see if we can get somebody here. So I realize that it's hot here. If you were in the 187 right now, if it's 80 degrees in here, it's probably 90 degrees in the 187. So that's why I opened this door, because they're telling me if I open this side door, maybe we'll get some free flowing air. So that's what I've been trying to do. Thank you. All right.
And then I'll try and do, because I can't open. Right, well, John. So, you also had said, you had also said that you, would have difficulty setting aside, not to get to the testify. When I say fail, decide the decision made by the team, it's always whatever. If the defendant does not testify, probably we have trouble.
I can't hear you, stand up.
I would feel a little problem, but I don't think it's a decision making process.
You do not think that they would have to deliberation, that's what we do.
Yes.
Are you sure? That's one reason, because if it would, fine, tell us and done, but that's, we need to make sure.
I don't think it.
Okay, good. Tim Bailey? Oh, we same question to you.
I still feel the same. I know it's, innocent, hopefully guilty. But for me, if I have a chance to improve myself or make, say something, I move along. I don't, I mean,
And that's fine, I mean, that's why we're here. Yeah. If it's a law that you know exists, effective, but you can't follow it, that's all we need to
trying to defend myself, I'm gonna say one. If I'm defending myself, I'm just saying, please.
Okay, and you're number 25,
Yes, sir.
and then, okay, just say some time with those people who I talked to, who said, I really don't think I can set that aside. Again, there's no shame in that, and nobody's gonna, say you're doing anything wrong. We just need to know if that's something that, if the defendant doesn't testify, and that's something that might affect your deliberations. Don't think you'd be able to set that aside. Now is the only time you're gonna be able to tell us. Because, no,
I'll raise my hand before. I was kind of stick with that. It's kind of that hypothetical that you have, you mentioned earlier, two kids get hurt, and then one gets both sides of the story first,
okay,
to kind of prove somebody.
and if,
I would kind of stick with it.
and you don't think you can set that aside?
Right.
Okay. Anybody else? Very good. All right, again, does anyone have any questions of me? And, we already took down the people that wanted to speak to the judge, so, thank you for your time. I'm sorry, number 72.
And yeah, we talked to the judge.
Yeah, I think she's gonna get to that in a bit, yeah, so, thank you. Thanks for your time.
All right, thank you. So everyone, I'll have you all step outside and we will bring you back and let you know if you've been selected to be on this jury. So if you could just wait outside for us. And please stay within hearing distance. I know it's not. All right, everyone, please rise. And please, everyone, please leave your numbers behind. Do not take your numbers with you. Thank you. And everyone can sit in any seat. Thank you for that. 'Cause that was- And everyone can sit wherever you want to sit. There's no special seating for this body. Yes, everyone just find a seat where. All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, so everyone, I want to thank you for your service. Again, we can't have jury trials if we don't have jurors. As I stated before, this is the 399th District Court. You're always welcome to come to the 187th District Court. We are on the fourth floor. You should have in your possession white sheets. Does everyone have one? No. Whoever doesn't have one, that means someone may have two. Please pass it to that person. So if you all parked, you can validate your parking. You'll need to go downstairs to the central jury room to get your parking stamped, and it will be validated. With regards to those sheets, what will end up happening is 2 months from now, 3 months from now, you will receive a check in the mail and you'll be like, is this a scam? Where is this from? Then you will remember the great time you had with Judge Boyd and you will say, wow, that's where that's from. So you can either keep that or either you can donate it. There are plenty of organizations that you can donate to that's down in the basement. They have a list and then that check will go there, or either you will receive it and you will be able to have hopefully at least lunch from the check that you will receive. I'm going to call the names of the people who will be on our jury. So once I call your name, please take a seat in the jury box. Lapierre, Sharon Lapierre, Sarah Fasola, Joseph Forbes, Shamika McDonald, Mary Soshi, Stacy Griffith, Denara Dolkin, Sharon Gonzalez, Sonia Wilson, Amber Gold, Heather Pierce, Daryl Villarreal, Richie Hernandez, Maria Menchaca, Christian Garcia, Noe DeLeon. All right, so those of you who are remaining, I can either release you or I can send you back down to be placed on another jury panel. Now, see, here's the thing, when I put that out there, you have to let it marinate. You can't have a knee-jerk reaction. So contemplate it, think about it. So again, really seriously though, thank you so much for your service, and you all are excused. All right, everyone, please be seated. So to everyone in the box, I'm going to give you instructions, so hopefully I can have you out of here before 5 and avoid some of the traffic. We are not going to be hearing this case in this courtroom. As I stated before, we're going to be in the 187th District Court. Don't worry about it. The deputy will show you where that courtroom is located and where you need to meet. You will not be meeting me inside the courtroom. There's a jury room, and that's where you will be meeting in the jury room. I know that the jury room that I have is small, so I'm going to see if the judge next door, who has a bigger jury room than mine, if we can use their jury room if they're not using it. So, but for the time being, I'm going to be in the 187th District Court jury room. The courtroom in the 187th District Court is extremely hot. Temperature fluctuates. But who knows? One day it may be freezing cold. So please bring a jacket. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. You are allowed to bring water or something to drink if you wish to. Just make sure there's a cap on it, because otherwise you get spillage on the carpet. You are able to bring your lunch, or either you can pick a place to eat somewhere within the vicinity of the building, or wherever you may want to eat, maybe the cafeteria along the Riverwalk. I stated before that this case, I don't know if it's going to be a media case or not, but you are not allowed to look at, talk about this case in any shape, form, or fashion. Does everyone understand? There's to be no investigation. There's to be no Googling. Well, I want to see what this case is about. You're not allowed to do that. What you need to decide this case will be heard from inside the courtroom. And when testimony is given, you still will not be able to discuss them amongst each other until I tell you it's time for you to deliberate or discuss it amongst yourselves. Does everyone understand? So if someone tries to talk to you about this case, or if something comes on the news or something, you need to immediately disregard, turn it off. Okay? Because I want to make sure that both the state and the defense are given a fair trial, and that's the best way to do it. Does everyone understand? Yes. All right. Normally, I try to get us out of here by 4:30 each day. I do that so that you avoid, rush hour traffic. Of course, as you can see the clock, that may not happen today, but normally that's, what I try to do. Now, if we're in the middle of a witness testimony, I want to make sure that whoever is cross-examining or doing direct examination of that witness gets to finish. So that may be the only time that we stay past 4:30. On Monday, we're gonna come back, and Monday, we're gonna start at 1:30. I have docket in my court every day, so even though I have this case, there are other cases that I have to take care of as well. I will give you the time frame each time before you leave, what time will be starting. Now, 1:30, if you want to have a space in the parking garage, it's probably best that you're here around the noon hour. Because around the noon hour, usually you have people in the building who are driving away to go to lunch. So that may be a good time to do that. We cannot start with testimony, opening statements, or anything unless everybody is here. So the deputy is gonna make sure that he has everybody's contact number, that you all have our contact number, so if something were to occur, you can let us know. All right, any questions about anything? Yes, we're gonna start Monday. We're gonna start Monday at 1:30.
Will they send us information like on our text about where to meet and all that stuff?
Oh, no, the deputy is gonna take you right now and show you where you're actually gonna be going.
Okay.
So, 4th floor, 187 District Court. But you will not meet inside the courtroom. You're gonna meet in the jury room.
My employer's gonna want, they get these sometime around here, and if you send an email,
Oh, what ends up happening, if there's any concern from your employer or your employers, like where you are, just have them call the court, Deputy, Nakia will give that information to you as well. Okay. All right, anything else?
Right. I don't know if it instructed them that they can't talk to each other even about
Yes,
this.
I did.
You did. Okay, sorry.
No problem. All right, so I will see you all on Monday at 1:30. All right, everyone, if you'll call Deputy Mejia. And Deputy Mejia, I'll call Judge Sadani and see if maybe we can use her courtroom, the jury room.